Following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended.
You know, dude, like, I'm about to ruffle some feathers with this video, dude. Like, you know, I'm just trying to be honest, okay? Like, to me, honesty is everything. You know, like, as the great Eton Thomas once wrote down, honesty is key. Fuck, I need to muster up the courage to say this. The Epstein files are never coming out. No, that's not it. Grow some balls, Alfonso. All right, I don't think there's any certified blue chip talent on this roster, which means everybody's tradable.
Are you little?
Okay, no. let me clarify that stance. That was a bit too harsh and dumb. Most certainly, I think Sarr has the highest ceiling on this roster. He's definitely in the vicinity of being a blue chip talent, a blue chip prospect. I think he's a unicorn. I love Alex Sarr. So I'm not trying to backtrack, but I don't think he's certified. He has that certified stamp. I don't think he has that, but very well can be, and I think will be. But you know, that whole very well part, that kind of exclusive for being certified. And I'm not trying to dog on the roster. I'm not trying to criticize the roster at all. Will Dawkins has done a fantastic job building up this roster up to this point. A fantastic job considering he came in here. We had no assets. We had the worst contract in the league. Now look where we are now, just 2 years later. Fantastic job. We have young talent all across the board in each and every position. Young talent that, you know, can grow into possibly being blue chip. Possibly. You know, the two primary ones is Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly. And then you can go down the roster, maybe even AJ Johnson. You never know. But anyways, before I continue, if you enjoyed this video and if you enjoyed this somewhat of a shit channel, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button too, please. I would truly appreciate it. Apparently liking the video helps the video perform well in the algorithm. But anyways, so the main reason why I did this video, right, you know, this report recently came out and it triggered me. It didn't trigger me badly, you know what I mean? Because it's stating that the Spurs have interest in Kamal Malawash. Are the Spurs going to draft him at number 2? Hell no. But it caused some hypotheticals in people's mind and stuff like that, saying that maybe the Spurs can trade back from 2 to 6 with us, or trade back in order to get Kamal and then also, you know, get some assets in return in doing so. And then, to be honest, like, this video is about to be of that. Like, that entire hypothetical trade going from 6 to 2 with the Spurs. But in doing my research, I was just like, no, like, I'm going to put reports right here. It looks like the Spurs are going to stay intact at number 2. They've stated multiple times they like Dylan Harper. They want to stay with him. They like the idea of pairing him with De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, who I really like. But, you know, granted, they need a wing, and they're all guards, so it'll be weird to play them all 3. But, you know, don't doubt the Spurs. The Spurs know what the hell they're doing. So while researching it, I was just like, I don't think I should make a video on this entirely because I feel like I'm just fabricating a story. Because I don't think we're going to trade up to 2. Not because we can't, but because I don't think the Spurs are going to trade out of 2. And if they do, it'd be for a superstar talent, you know, or, I don't know. So, but in doing research for this, it gave me a hypothetical. I said to myself, Alfonso, who would you trade hypothetically to get up to number 2 to get a certified blue chip prospect in Dylan Harper? And I looked at other trades that Spurs fans were offering us online, just hypotheticals. Would I trade Bilal Coulibaly to draft Dylan Harper? I think I would. Again, I'm not going to backtrack, but I love Bilal Coulibaly. Bilal Coulibaly is my favorite player on this team. Bilal Coulibaly is the main reason why I'm getting dual citizenship, dude. I'm going States and France. To me, he's a Jaden McDaniels clone. Like, not clone, but like, if all goes well, he'll be Jaden McDaniels from the Timberwolves. And if that's the case, we hit it. We hit number 7. We got it. Jaden McDaniels is a great player, and you need those type of players to win a chip. So again, I love Bilal Coulibaly. At the same time, Dylan Harper is a certified blue chip talent. Not even him, like anybody who's certified blue chip. I'm saying Dylan Harper will be going number 1 in most NBA drafts. But because, you know, Cooper flagged in this one, so I'm just like, the main question is this. Would you trade any of the players on the roster to get a certified blue chip talent? And in my dumbass opinion, I think you have to seriously consider it. I think the only players I'm a little bit on trading on is Alex Sarr, honestly. Yeah, Alex Sarr to me has the highest ceiling on this roster. Would I trade 6 and Alex Sarr to get Dylan Harper? I don't think so. But everybody else, and I love them all. I love Carrington, Keyshawn George, AJ Johnson, everybody. You have to seriously consider it. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'm just saying you have to seriously consider it. Like I said this in the previous video, this is the summer of the blue chip. It's the summer of the blue. Screw the summer of the love. In the DMV, it's the summer of the blue chip. That's what I think Will Dawkins is going to try. And I'm not saying a certified blue chip, a guy who Will Dawkins believes can be a guy we can build around. So a prospective blue chip player, who can it be? I don't know. Could it be a guy like maybe even Trey Johnson, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, whoever maybe falls to us? I don't know. Or maybe he trades up. Could it be one of those guys? It's all in Will Dawkins' eyes. I don't think Will Dawkins is going to settle. I think he has shown a history of being aggressive on draft day. I think he's going to get his man. We are a small market team. Now, again, some people have been commenting saying we're not a small market team. Respectfully, I disagree because, well, all right, we are a medium market team that's sleeping right now. And the reason why I say this is because, well, look at the Redskins in the 80s. When the Redskins were one of the best teams in the NFL winning championships, I mean, granted, I wasn't alive, but I'm only 31, but I've read articles, talked to elderly people who I respect. Elderly people, there are a lot of elderly people, but this city was a football town. Everywhere you went, apparently, just reading articles, listening to videos, but years of assness took it all away from us. The Wizards ranked, I believe, 28th in attendance rating last year. Now, granted, that can change. Yeah, I think we can definitely be one of the bigger small market teams. Or medium. I don't even know the term medium small market team is good. But anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But we need to draft our blue chip players. We're not going to attract a free agent to come here like that. What? Kevin Durant didn't want to come home. The fuck? And screw Kevin Durant. Okay, no, I respect him, but you know what I mean. He didn't want to come home. We had a chance. The fuck? We ended up with Yal Mahimi. Paul George apparently didn't want to dick around here. I'm not trying to dog on us, but I'm just trying to state the facts. So when I say it's the summer of the blue chip, we got to draft our blue chip players. Our biggest free agent addition of all time was Gilbert Arenas. The best free agent addition of all time here. And he didn't come here as a star. He grew into a star here. So, I'm just saying, it's just to me, Will Dawkins has said it too. Even Ted Leon says, draft and then supplement via free agency. We got to draft our blue chip. It's the summer of the blue. Dude, I would do so much to get a blue chip. I would do anything. I'd give up my cat. I love this bitch, but she's clinically insane. Actually, no, I wouldn't give up my cat. The fuck? What type of lunatic I am? No, but I just it's just, this team needs blue chip if you want to compete. I'm tired of being 500. I don't want to be 500. At the end of this road, it better not be 500. And I don't think it's going to be. That's why I have so much excitement and confidence in Will Dawkins. To me, it's, compete for a championship or you're rebuilding. Going into that, Will Dawkins, again, we have to give him his praise. We have to give him his props. He has done so much, so much in a little bit of time. And, he's given us assets for the future. He's given us nice, exciting young players on this roster who I really like. I'm a big fan of AJ Johnson, Bub Carrington, the rest of these guys, even Vooch. But the main question I want to ask you guys is, would you trade any of those guys, but besides, I guess, Alex Sarr, maybe even Alex Sarr, I don't know, depending on you guys, for a certified blue chip talent? Would you guys do that? Personally, it would hurt me to see Bilal Coulibaly in another uniform. But if I'm getting a guy like Dylan Harper, in order to get him, you got to give up Bilal Coulibaly. You have to consider it. I'm not saying you got to do it, but you have to consider it. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And, that question just hit me. I'm just like, oh yeah. It kind of reaffirmed my, my not my worrisome, but it reaffirmed my suspicions of just nah, dude, this has to be the summer of the blue chip. It has. And then I might end this video with this. Some people recently stated we should wait till next year. AJ DeBonsa. And I agree to get our certified blue chip there. But to be honest, we were saying this last year. After we got Alex Sarr, we were all talking about Cooper Flagg. Right? What happened? We got scorned. Adam Silver's my mortal enemy. Who's to say we get royally messed up in next year's lottery? Even worse. If Jordan Poole stays here, Alex Sarr is going to get better. Bilal Coulibaly is going to get better. We could get like a worse pick, like number 9, number 10, and then we even lose it. Because remember, next year's draft pick is top 8 protected. It's a gamble. So if we say to ourselves, nah, let's get the blue chip prospect next year. On paper, it looks really good, but it's still a gamble in my opinion. Because you can, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna settle for a guy like Conconupo at 6, rightfully, and you have every right to think that. But if you do that with the mind of like, I'm gonna get a guy like AJ DeBonsa next year, that's a huge gamble, dude. That's a huge gamble. So, that's just my opinion. But like, I feel like Will Dawkins is a guy who's not gonna wait. He's not gonna wait. The waiting thing is Ernie Grunfeld. He's gonna wait, then do a trade that puts a Band-Aid on his mistake, and then continue. Like, that's the Ernie Grunfeld type move, in my opinion. Waiting to next year. We can get a blue. Why don't we just come with the mentality? Let's get a possible blue chip player this year, and then a possible blue chip player next year. I feel like that should be our main goal in every draft. We're coming into this draft. We're gonna find a sleeper. We're gonna find a Giannis at number 15. That's my opinion. And it just brings me a lot of solace because I know Will Dawkins is going to go for the guy for the high upside player. I know it. Well, that's just my opinion, dude. Take it as you will. Of course, if you disagree with me, please let me know. Let's chop it up. Let's make this a Wizards fan hub channel. But yeah, man. I may have loose subscribers, but like, honesty to me is everything. I don't want to come in here and again pander to the majority opinion. That to me is not. It's not genuine. If you stuck around here to the last end of the video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Dude, summer of the blue chip. I just keep thinking about it. It's just the summer of the blue chip. I'd give up my signed Popeyes Jones jersey for a blue chip. I'd give up Christian Laettner's headband. I got it. I found it. It was in the street. I found it. I was like, what the fuck? And it had his initials on it. So I'll show it to you in the next video. Like, I give up my nose. Let me go personal. I'll give up my nose for a blue chip player. Take away my nose. I wouldn't be able to smell the croissants in the morning, but still, I don't care. As long as we get a guy like Dylan Harper, I don't give. Why do I gotta smell?